The Great Depression of the 1930s affected every place in the world. Germany thought the best idea was to print more money. This ultimately made their money worthless and caused massive inflation. Due to this, many Germans lived in extreme poverty. Then came Hitler, a good leader for all the wrong reasons. Hitler was very intelligent and an excellent speaker. He was upset with the outcome on Germany's side in the Treaty of Versailles. For example, the massive inflation, and more importantly, the remapping of almost all of Europe. Hitler, who was now an Austrian, was upset he was no longer German, and wanted to unify Austria and Germany. He referred to Germany as the mother country. He was inspired by the Italian fascist leader, Benito Mussolini. Hitler made alliances with Italy in the Pact of Steel and the Soviet Union in the Non-Aggressions Pact. But Germany would find they would no longer need the Soviet Union's help, and soon backstabbed them. The Soviet Union then pulled out of the alliance with Germany and joined the Allied powers. Eventually, Japan would join Germany to form the Axis powers, with Germany, Japan, and Italy. Hitler violated the Treaty of Versailles by militarizing Germany and militarizing places that were supposed to be demilitarized. Hitler started his conquest by taking over Austria. Austria did nothing about it because their military was too weak to take on Germany by its own. Hitler then took part of Czechoslovakia at the Munich Conference of 1938. Hitler then created the Non-Aggressions Pact with the Soviet Union, saying, "You stay out of our business, and we'll stay out of yours." Hitler and Stalin both agreed to help Germany invade Poland. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded from the west and the Soviet Union from the east. Poland did not stand a chance, especially with Germany's devastating tactics. Germany used a tactic called the Blitzkrieg. In this tactic, there are 3 waves. The first wave is planes that bomb the place of invasion. The second wave, they send in tanks to do even more damage. And the third wave, they send in foot soldiers to clean up the rest. On September 3rd, 1939, the Allies declare war on Germany. The Allied powers, or the Allies, include Great Britain, France, and eventually the Soviet Union, when Germany backstabs them, and then, of course, the United States once they get pulled into the war by the Japanese. Hitler had created an empire and was now ready to start his next goal, besides world domination, the complete genocide of the Jewish. Hitler created the Nuremberg Laws. In the laws, it created a separate legal status for the Jewish. It denied them citizenship, they could not work in government jobs, and it limited their right to work and own property. The lucky Jewish were either able to flee the country or be deported, but the not-so-lucky ones were part of Hitler's final solution. The final solution was the complete genocide of the Jewish. The Jewish were sent to concentration camps, which were labor camps meant to hold enemies of the state. Many Jewish died from starvation, the gas chamber, or being put into the furnace. By 1945, approximately 6 million Jews were killed in these concentration camps. The Jewish were not the only ones targeted by Hitler. Slavs, gypsies, communists, homosexuals, and other people with disabilities were also executed. Approximately 5 million people of groups other than Jewish were killed. The concentration camps did more than kill the detainees. They sometimes would do tests and experiments on the living. A sick and twisted man named Dr. Mengele did just that. Dr. Mengele carried out thousands of experimental surgeries on concentration camp detainees. Dr. Mengele did experiments and torture methods on the living. For example, he put humans into a giant pot of boiling water. He was very interested in twins, so anytime he could get his hands on a pair of twins, he would waste no time in doing experiments on them, no matter what the age of the twins was. In September 1940, Japan signs the Tripartite Pact with Fascist Italy and Nazi Germany. It stated that they would help one another if attacked by